Hi there, folks. Welcome back to Rich Reviews. I've struggled to figure out how I wanted to approach my next review here. And my latest documentary here, it happens to be Trump Card, the latest from so-called filmmaker Dinesh D'souza. And here's the thing, folks. Let's face it, this election is hard, and this election is going to get harder. And basically, Dinesh D'souza is not making this thing any better. Now, 4 years ago, I watched Hillary's America. Let me just state that a whole bunch of people came out of the woodwork given the fact that I gave it a highly negative review. They were like, you don't know anything. Like, I could just calmly and sanely state that you're entitled to your own opinion, but given the fact that I'm a history major, therefore I seem to know a lot more about history than you all do. And I just sort of shut everything down. Its definition, it's basically, yes, Democrats are inherently evil, tend to destroy Donald Trump. And, again, he rehashes basically the events of the first film again by basically saying President Obama's biggest ambition was to throw Dinesh D'souza in jail. And there is no evidence of that. Now, this film was going to be released the week of in theaters for the Republican National Convention, but guess what? COVID happened to get worse during the summer. It spread. The RNC was downgraded. Theaters weren't showing films. And what do you know? Dinesh D'souza was like, okay, I'm going to wait to show this out on DVD and VOD and whatnot. There's no guy dressed as Hitler with a fake mustache. There's no Woodrow Wilson simply orgasming at Birth of a Nation. What he does do is do the fakest scene ever, which has, Winston Smith from 1984 being tortured, Lincoln, going on the train to Washington, D.C. And once again, Dinesh D'souza is like, the Republican Party has always been the Republican Party, the party of Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln could not get elected today from this Republican Party, nor could Richard Nixon, nor could St. Reagan. And he goes through all the familiar talking points that I really don't want to get into. Let me just state here, folks, that I was on unemployment this past summer, and I made more on unemployment than I did my actual job. I think majority of Americans do not want to be on unemployment. They don't want to make more on unemployment than their actual job. It's just a fact. And also this time around, he employs his family, he employs his wife, who I don't know if she escaped Venezuela or not. If she did, congrats to her. Venezuela is a batshit crazy country right now. The Marjorie Douglas shooting is also highlighted here, and he talks to one parent and is like, yes, that cop should have been out there. I agree with that. He should have gone in to try to stop the shooter. And that's on him. As always, he goes through the same set of talking points. Saul Alinsky was evil. Democrats, they want to destroy the church. They want to destroy healthcare in this country. They want to destroy Donald Trump. And obviously, in the beginning of the film, Dinesh D'souza is in his home where he gets a call from President Trump, one of the lamest voice impersonators I've ever heard, and basically saying, you're getting a pardon. And no, I don't want to do the voice because it wouldn't be worth it doing the voice. And again, one of the things that people keep forgetting about healthcare in Scandinavian countries is, yes, they only have so many millions of people. Canada has probably 36 million people altogether. Here's the thing, raising children is prohibitively expensive. I feel like as a nation we're gonna be okay regardless. It goes to the convict that was saying he had an affair with President Obama. It goes to that one person who's like, Deep State was after my voting machine company or something like that, or operation. And he goes for the same set of people who are right-wing think tank he would go to on a thing like this. Again, the Winston Smith thing doesn't add anything to the film. It just, again, it's bookending it, but so what? And then he has a patriotic song at the end of the film. And just like, okay. Trust me, folks, this year for me has felt like it's gone on forever. It feels exhausting. Part of me just doesn't have time for Dinesh D'souza's just utter nonsense. He uses selective clips of Biden, of AOC, of Bernie, and places them out of complete context. And if people that are surrounding Trump are constantly getting indicted, the latest being Steve Bannon, who, let's face it, to at least among conservative circles, was the smartest guy in the room. What does it say about Trump and the company he keeps? And again, it goes how Trump turned around this one hotel, yes, but of course, as usual, they don't tell you that New York City was on the hook for that, and how, oh yeah, he went bankrupt several times. And, again, I don't want to rehash stuff with people who are going to call me, how dare you insult my president. I don't have time for that. And yeah, social distancing, yes, it's working. I know there are people out there who are flat out denying that this COVID thing is real, that masks don't work, they don't trust Dr. Anthony Fauci, and that's on them. Again, I hope there's a cure, I really do. I would love to go back to a theater. I would love to enjoy my regular routine as it is. He talks to several minority group conservatives, and here's the thing. Dinesh D'souza is like he's on to something that, oh yes, no group is monolithic. Of course no group is monolithic. There are black conservatives. There are gay conservatives, which I think is really odd, but look, it's strange bedfellows all the time, folks. It's not weird. And granted, yes, he does show that one clip of Biden who's like, if you vote for Trump, you ain't black. That's just a very weird, jokey way to say things. And look, here's the thing. We all happen to live in a bubble. I live in a bubble. People out in Texas live in a bubble. People in California live in a bubble. Particularly Hollywood. When the elections obviously take place, those bubbles smash into one another. And everything is left in ruins, more or less. And so in the end, folks, what I'm going to say, I feel too exhausted, and I'm going to give this basically a horseshit rating. Please just go out and vote. I'm too exhausted. So, folks, Trump card, have you seen this? If you did, congratulations. I don't really care anymore. So, folks, Trump card, what's your opinion? As always, folks, like, comment, subscribe, enrich yourself with knowledge. I'll see you next time, folks. Yes, hooray.